All-around titles, and it's not the last time that she's going to write a name in the history books here at these World Championships. She's got the chance to become the most decorated gymnast ever at the World Championships. But Beth, what do you make of the way that she conducted herself through that and actually achieved that one?
It was absolutely incredible. I think the thing I've really noticed here is she seems to be really enjoying the competition. We saw last year she was maybe a little bit nervous. She'd had a year out of competition and maybe didn't feel that she was as prepared as she would normally, whereas here she's been a lot more smiley, a lot more just relaxed with it all.
I think the only kind of little flicker of nerves came when she got to beam.
Yeah, and we have seen where she's faltered previously on beam, but yesterday there was absolutely no problems. Here you can see the big acrobatic series, the flick into the two layouts, and just not an issue. Most gymnasts find that very, very difficult. Here you've got the great combination between the leaps and the somersault, and that smile just says it all.
And, I mean, it's fascinating how psychologically she's doing this, because she's been going through an enormous amount at home too, and now here she is just totally focused on her gymnastics. And the world's media, I mean, the interest, I mean, you were on BBC Breakfast this morning, weren't you, talking all about just how she's managing to achieve all of this?
Yeah, I mean, it must be incredibly difficult for her. I mean, I'm sure she's got a great coach and support network that's kind of managing all of that, but it's hard enough when it's your own country's media that's wanting to get interviews with her, but literally every TV station that are here, every radio station, they're just wanting to talk to her, wanting to find out what is different about her.
Yeah, I just want to mention Tang Zhaojing, who got the silver medalist. She was a reserve going into that final. She was sat out until the morning and then went in and became second in the world. What an opportunity to have taken.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, she qualified down in 21st. She
Yeah.
must have had a bit of a nightmare in qualification. And then the Chinese team had the decision. There was 3 in the top 24, so they actually pulled one out and she went in.
Yeah, well, each country is allowed 2 gymnasts in every single final. As far as the men's all-around competition is concerned, you just hear the gymnasts being introduced at the moment. Great Britain have a full quarter in the names of Frazer and James Hall, and here they are talking to Dave ahead of this final.
Big Fraz. First of all, is that your nickname?
Yeah, well, I like to think it is. Most people just call me Fraz, but I try and make Courtney and the lads put big on the beginning of it just to make me feel a bit better about myself. I've got nothing to lose, I can go all out. And I'm looking forward to getting out there, showcasing one routine at a time. Again, I started on rings, so that'll be a good start for me. And yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to getting out there.
That's always been a personal target for me, the all-around final, and getting that again for the second year running, I'm so pleased, and you know, I'll get to have my coach out there with me on the floor, so that's an exciting thing, get to share that with him, because he's been there since the beginning, since I was 6 years old. So making my first senior championships in 2017, and then getting my real big shot in 2018 for the all-around. Coming 8th, that's a big stepping stone. So I've been building on that, and hopefully we'll build on it Friday and hopefully crack into the top 6 if all goes according to plan. My consistency is probably my biggest asset. I think having the confidence, not just the team having the confidence in me to go through, but also myself, and I think my consistency does help a lot. But I've been working everywhere to sort of sharpen up.
P-bars, high bar and pommel and rings, they're the main pieces for me. Then floor, I'm going to focus on my landing deductions, hopefully get a few sticks in there, and then vault, get to my feet and make it a solid vault. So it's going to be quite a hard competition. I'm looking forward to it though, because like being out there with literally the best guys in the world, it's not something that happens every day. So you know, James will be there as well, and we'll be bouncing off each other. So having that team partner out there, it's going to be unreal. It's
always nice to go around with someone, and you know, it's difficult to do a final by yourself. I think we've all been there, but yeah, it would be really nice to share it with him and have a familiar face down there with me.
Well, we'll get back to the lads in just a moment, but first we've been joined by Giarnni Regini-Moran, the big G of Great Britain. Fantastic to see. Listen, congratulations on what you put out there, because you helped Great Britain get 5th in the team final. Your first Worlds, how was it out there?
It was surreal. Like, I've been working for this for a long time. From the beginning.
Tell you what, just hold it up a little bit higher. There you go, mate.
So
you've been working a long time, and you've had a rocky road, haven't you?
And for me to get out here is kind of like my first step back to this world stage. And I've been through a long 3 years of injuries and problems, but it was just so good to be where I belong.
Well, do you know what? You've certainly made your mark on the world as far as vault is concerned, because I know you've seen this particular angle here, but this came as a bit of a shock for you, didn't it, this landing?
So I hit the vault, and as soon as I landed, I didn't quite, there. It was at this point here, I still hadn't, processed that I'd stuck it dead. So to me, it was like, did I just do that?
Yeah,
and
you did.
As soon as I walked off, I was like, I did that, because I realised that I did do it, so...
Yeah, and I mean, you did 3 pieces in the team final. How different is it competing at the World Championships to what you've been used to in your career so far?
Like I never normally feel the nerves and the pressure, but for some reason, the atmosphere, the crowd, and kind of the pressures of wanting to do well as a team, and the hard work that we have been through. It did get to me a little bit, and that's what it's all about. It's about learning. And me being here and just enjoying that and being with my teammates, and thankfully, we did qualify an Olympic spot, which is brilliant.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Well, talking of your teammates, we've got Frazer and James Hall, who are in this all-around final. How are they feeling, and what's their plan going into this?
They're both feeling really good. They've had a rough few days. It's been hard. It's not easy doing routines day after day, and today their aim is to go out there and just leave it all on the floor, give it their all, no matter what happens, because there's a lot of strong competitors out there today. Just leave it all on that floor and just give it their best.
There is no coming
out. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, 6 pieces of apparatus, it's a long, long way around, isn't it? You just got to kind of have that next piece mentality psychologically at the start of this thing.
Yeah, and for James as well, it's been very hard, because he did 6 routines in the qualifications, 6 routines in the team final, and now he's got another 6 routines today in the all-round final. So, we call him the Iceman.
For good reason.
Yeah, he's so consistent, and he works really hard, so he deserves it.
And there he comes.
There we go.
Loving it. Absolutely superb. Well, listen, we are in for a cracking men's all-around final. That's simply because the gold medalist, the silver and the bronze are all here from last year's all-around final to try and win this thing. And here's a few others who are trying to get in on the act. Russia's defending champion Artur Dalalian is aiming for a 2nd all-around world title. Nikita Nagorny was the leading qualifier and is the current European champion. 2017 champion Chao Roteng took silver last year. He is qualified 3rd. With no Kohai Uchimura at these championships, Japanese hopes lie with Kazuma Kaya. Sun Wei is the other Chinese gymnast in this final. What can he do after team silver here? After a poor qualification, American Sam McCulloch was a star performer in the team event. Can he back that up here? Well, the greats are here, but yeah, we're talking about Nagorny being the top qualifier. There's a certain gymnast here who's actually beaten him at the Youth Olympics. So how was that for you, Giarnni, to beat the great Nagorny at that young age?
Yeah, 2014, I went into that competition and there was no expectation for me at all. It was to go there, have fun and get experience. And he was the one to watch. He was the one that was, meant to win the Youth Olympic Games. And I think I put in so much hard work, and it literally came down to the wire. It came down to, high bar was our last piece, and it it was who can hit their routine. Whoever hit their routine will take the gold.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's a bit of an Iceman as well, and Russia needed him, Beth, didn't they, in that team final? But we're going to have a little look at him on floor first of all. And this is where he's warming up now. And he does a triple back, Beth.
He does. I mean, it's incredible the amount of height he gets in this, and you have to train this numerous times to be able to know exactly where that landing is, especially in competition. You've got that little bit of adrenaline, so you need to know exactly where that landing is, and he's performed it so many times at these championships now. And
well, here he comes. Oh, he looks like he means business, doesn't he, today?
It's going to be a great battle.
And as far as his teammate is concerned, Delolian, he's back to try and retain this title. And it's difficult knowing that Nagorny can act like he did in that team final under pressure when you're trying to push as far as the difficulty is concerned.
Yeah, when you go in for this all-around title, it's about getting that balance between execution and difficulty. And we've seen Nagorny over the past year really improve, and you can see here in that team final, he didn't hold back at all, even though he knew what was at stake for him.
Well, Sun Wei from China is just saluting now. He's going to be the first gymnast to go in this men's all-around final. So let's join Christine Still and Craig Heap in the